look, I don't know what the heck is going on with technology, but I am a man of my word, and so I should be live on Facebook as well as live on YouTube. And you know what? I'm a rock and roll like I am, okay? And so I was on my YouTube station trying to make sure that the notification was going out, and I didn't see it. So again, I'm just going to rock and roll with this. I know on Facebook, for whatever reason, it's been showing up as the video was private. So hopefully the video or the live is public. Some of you may be saying, why the heck does he have these glasses on in his house? Well, before I get into that story, guys, let me go ahead and first of all say to those of you that are watching, I have absolutely no idea where the comments are. Okay. So if you are making a comment and are asking a question, I will definitely go back and respond to your comment and our question after this particular live stream because I have absolutely no idea where it is. Okay. I'm still trying to get used to this platform. I would say this, if you're watching this on YouTube, you want to definitely hit the little bell so you get the notification anytime that I go live. Because I'm going to tell you right now, guys, over the next 30 to 90 days, because of what's happening in the economy, because of what's happening right now with families financially, because of what's happening with inflation and what has been happening with taxation, I'm going to be going really hard in sharing this information. In fact, so I'm going to give a few people some time to get on. I'm going to jump over to YouTube really quick just to see if it did connect. And so as I'm doing that, if you guys want to go ahead and share this out. Okay, so it does say that I'm live on YouTube. I can see myself. So guys, look, I'm going to rock and roll. And so why do I have these glasses on? Well, first of all, let me introduce myself for those of you that may be finding me for the first time. My name is Mark Pyers. I'm a home-based business tax coach and wealth coach. I'm a tax preparer, although I'm not taking on any clients right now. So please don't reach out asking me, am I going to, or am I taking on any clients? I'm not taking on any tax preparing clients right now. Okay. And I'll tell you why in a moment. Okay. I'm a tax strategist. I have been a student of the IRS and the tax code that favors entrepreneurs since 1994. Okay. Now, let me go ahead and put a disclaimer out here. I am not a financial advisor. I don't play one on social media. I don't play it on Facebook. I don't play it on YouTube. I don't play it on Instagram. I don't play it behind the scenes. I don't play it in real life. And you should be glad, you should be happy that I am not a financial advisor. Okay. Now, I'm not throwing any shade on any financial advisors, okay? And when I say financial advisors, I'm talking about CPAs, certified public accountants, okay, or any other tax professional. I'm just cut from a different cloth, baby, okay? I'm just cut from a different cloth. I didn't choose this industry. I didn't choose this path of financial education that is associated with taxation that is keeping many families, or I can feel myself getting warmed up now, okay, on the plantation of big corporation, which lobbyists in Washington to make the tax laws favor themselves, and they don't teach it in the educational system. Oh, I can feel myself right now. Look, I am telling you right now, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not scripted, okay? Look, I had some notes. Here they go right here. You guys can't see it. The notes are out the window, baby. The notes are out the window, okay? I have been so blessed, okay? Since 1992, I received an audit letter from the IRS. I didn't even know who the IRS was, okay? I'm not going to bore you with the story, okay? All I can tell you is this. I would not change that experience for nothing in the world. There's no amount of money that you could pay me. If you said, Mark, I would give you $2 million to change your experience when you got that letter in the mail, when you got that piece of mail in the mail that says Internal Revenue Services, and I tell you, you can take that $2 million, baby, and you can do whatever you want to do with it. I would not take it. You know why? There's a very powerful lady by the name of Harriet Tubman. Okay. And I'm not comparing myself to Harriet Tubman, but a gentleman gave me a comment, or I should say, a gentleman gave me a compliment. He told me, he said, Mark, you are like the male figure of Harriet Tubman. I didn't even know who Harriet Tubman was. Okay. Harriet Tubman was a slave. And for whatever reason, she knew in her mind, she knew in her heart that being a slave was not right. She knew that she wasn't supposed to be enslaved. Okay. Which I'm going to get to why I got these glasses on. And the title of my message tonight, and I'm going to try to keep this thing really short, okay? Because I know TikTok got a lot of y'all screwed the hell up. TikTok got a lot of people screwed up. And I'm going to tell you right now, okay? I'm going to tell you right now, where we are in America, with the United States government just hitting $31 trillion national debt. I mean, what's another trillion, right? We was already at 30 trillion, right? We was at 29 trillion before that and 28 trillion before that, right? Where we are right now with the hyperinflation, where we are right now with the depression, forget about recession, okay? Forget about recession, okay? We're past recession, okay? Recession was 12 months ago, okay? All this talk about we're going into a recession, baby, we are past a recession. In fact, we have been on this journey, we being the United States of America, we've been on this journey for a long time, okay? Many people have talked about this time in history, and many people have never heard the message, okay? And the message is this, guys, look, we've been on borrowed time, okay? The United States, and I love the United States, okay? I'm not talking about the United States. There's no boats leaving the United States, okay? So I'm not bashing the United States of America, okay? But I am telling you that just because you live in the United States of America doesn't mean that you don't need to think, okay? We've been operating in this country since 1934, in this country right here, American people, on what's called a fiat currency. I'm so off track from my notes, it's incredible. I'm so off track from my notes, it's incredible. We've been operating in this country since 1934. I'm talking about the American people. Not talking about the rest of the world. We'll get to them in a moment, okay? On what's called a fiat currency. You guys can do your own research on what a fiat currency is. I'll just tell you, okay? A fiat currency has no more value than toilet paper, okay? Remember during the pandemic, or I should say the plandemic, the hottest commodity was toilet paper. The hottest commodity was toilet paper. Imagine that, okay? We've been operating in this country and controlled by a small group of very wealthy people, okay, that unfortunately, for the greed of money, created a system that I want to talk to you about. It's called a matrix, okay? If you haven't watched the 4 or 5 minute clip, if you go to YouTube and type in red pill, blue pill, okay? And it's a clip, and this is why I got these glasses on, because I'm going to try to replay this for you for a moment, okay? It's a clip where the guy comes in and a lady leads him into the room, and he's going in to meet Morpheus, Okay, now I might get the names wrong, but I ain't going to get the story wrong because I'm going to tell you, I've been living this since 1994. I've seen this movie. I've prepared myself, or I should say, God prepared me for this moment that we're dealing with in 2022. And he walked into the room, and Morpheus walked up and he says, "Welcome, Neil. I am Morpheus." And he says, "It's a pleasure." He says, "The pleasure is all mine." He says, "Please have a seat." Okay. Now again, I might not get all the words right. Okay. But I'm gonna give you the meat off the bones. Okay. And Morpheus says to him, he says, "You're feeling a little bit like Ellis tumbling down the rabbit hole. You have a look in your eyes of a man that knows the truth, but he don't know what the truth is." Okay. And he said to him, he said, "Do you want to know?" No, so the other guy says, he said, "Do you know what I'm talking about?" And he said, another guy says, "The Matrix." And Morpheus says, "Do you want to know what it is?" You guys know I sounded just like him right there, right? Look, I'm gonna practice that. I'm gonna get me a big old black trench coat, leather trench coat. I'm gonna play this because you guys need to get this, okay? I'm being a little funny, okay, but I'm as real as $100 bill, even though the $100 bill is fake, okay? And so Morpheus leans in and he says, "Do you want to know what it is?" And he was talking about the Matrix. And the guy shook his head. Yeah. He said, "The Matrix is a world that has been pulled over your eyes to blind you from the truth." And he says, "What truth?" And he says, "That you are a slave, Neil. You are a slave in your mind. See, the Matrix is all around you. You can feel it when you wake up in the morning. You can feel it when you go to church. You can feel it. Here's my favorite part. I've been teaching this information since 1994 when I represented myself, okay, and a black man who grew up in the ghetto, who took on the IRS, did not ever hire a lawyer, didn't get any information from no CPA, didn't get any information from anybody except the IRS themselves, represented myself, and walked out of there with additional refund money in my pocket. But I discovered some things along the way that have been hidden from the masses. Okay. I know this is a little deep for some of y'all. Okay. Some of y'all thought I was going to sell you something. Some of y'all looking for me to give you a link to buy something. There's nothing to buy. Okay. There's absolutely nothing to buy here. He says, "You are a slave, Neil, because it's the world, it's the information that has been hidden from you to blind you from the truth." Let me lay down some truth for you guys tonight. Can I lay down some truth? Can I tell you a little bit about the Matrix? Okay. Can I tell you that the hyperinflation prices in the grocery store, okay, has nothing to do with the pandemic? Can I tell you that the hyperinflation prices at the gas pump doesn't have anything to do with the pandemic? Can I tell you that the skyrocketing real estate prices, the inflated real estate prices, ain't got nothing to do with the pandemic? Can I talk to the person in the back of the room that's getting up, going to the job, putting 40 hours in, but needing 80 hours to be able to sustain their livelihood because your money don't go as far as it used to go? Can I tell you that it has nothing to do with the pandemic, but it has everything to do with a system that was designed and created to blind you from the truth. The truth is that there is a small group of wealthy bankers that has enslaved an entire country called the United States of America. And they created something called the tax system to enslave you, to derail your income, to derail your wealth. However, they gave themselves a way out of the system they created, and it's called tax deductions, tax benefits. Oh man, I'm going too far tonight. Okay, I'm going too far tonight, because what I want you guys to know is over the next 30 days, I'm going to drop some information. Okay, I'm not going to drop any opinions. Okay, I've been a tax-free man. I'm not talking about Wesley Snipes, okay, decision. I'm not talking about, it's illegal for the government to tax you on your income. Look, all that might be true, baby, but I wouldn't take that pill. Okay, I wouldn't take that class. You don't need to take that class. Okay, I want to leave you asking yourself a few questions. Okay, the number one question I want to ask you is this: if you believe what you've been taught, that the United States government needs your tax dollars, that the United States government needs the money that's being extracted from your income, which is causing you to go in debt because of the amount of money you're losing in taxes on your job. If the government really needed your money, I'm talking to the W-2 earners, I'm talking to the 9 and 5ers, I'm talking to the ones that said, Mark, I did everything right. I went to school, I got good educations, I paid attention, I went to college, I went into debt to go to college, and now I'm trying to pay back the debt, right? Hoping that I qualify for that Biden thing, right? And taxes is robbing me blind. But I'm still smiling because I'm proud to be an American. And I am too, but I'm proud to be a tax-free American. Here's my question. If the government needed your tax dollars, why would they create something called tax deductions to give you the money back? Why would they let Jeff Bezos, okay, now this is no shade on Jeff Bezos. Don't get mad and go telling your friends, I don't understand why the rich don't pay taxes, okay? Why would they let Jeff Bezos make $99 billion? Income increased by $99 billion. Okay, I want you to understand that's what it be. Yet his tax percentage, the amount of taxes he had to pay on $99 billion was 0.9%. I want you to think about that. I want you to think about how much money you make on your job. Are you making $99 billion? And is your tax percentage 0.9%? And if not, I want to ask you a question. Why not? Because it is the world that has been pulled over your eyes to blind you from the truth. And so, guys, I don't want to leave you right there because some of you are going to have nightmares tonight. I want to leave you with some good news, okay? Now, you're not going to believe it. I know you ain't going to believe it, okay? And if I ever figure out how to show my computer screen and slides on here, guys, then I'm going to move out the way, okay? And I'm going to show you the documentation. So here's what I want to leave you with, okay? I want you to know this, that the IRS is your friend. I know you don't feel that way. I know you said this dude is smoking something. He got those glasses on because he been smoking something. The IRS And the tax code is your friend. It's your enemy because you don't know what you don't know. And so over the course of the next 30 days, I'm going to expose you to not my opinion. I'm going to expose you to verbatim information directly from the United States Tax Code that says that you have the ability to be able, as the Bible says, to live your life and live it abundantly. How many of you would like to be able to travel and be able to do so and get a big fat tax deduction every year, legally, ethically, and morally? How many of you would like to go out to your favorite restaurant and maybe have a ribeye steak, maybe even a lobster, okay, and talk about increasing your net worth, increasing your income? And the IRS says, you know what? I'm going to pick up 50% of that bill. I'm going to cut it off your taxes, baby. How many of you that are paying rent with the skyrocketing rent prices? Yes, I'm talking about rent, whether you're living in an apartment or living in a barn. How would you like to be able to learn how to legally, let me look in your eyes, legally write off 20 to 25% of your rent twice? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I know I'm going to have some CPAs say, y'all better not listen to that guy. Okay. I am the only person that I've ever seen. There may be someone else, maybe in the backwoods. I am the only person. And trust me, I spend probably more hours than any CPA has ever spent, including their school, dedicated to this information. Because, see, I didn't choose it as a career. I discovered it in the midst of what I thought was a tragedy. And I didn't realize that God was actually putting me in the path to be able to do as that gentleman told me. He says, you remind me of the male figure of Harriet Tubman. You are literally freeing people from what you always say, the plantation of taxation. I'm not bashing the government. It's not the government fault. It's not the school system fault. And even if it was, it's not going to change it, right? It's not going to change it. But right now, our children, our grandchildren need us to shut off the Netflix. Look, you got to shut down all of that garbage. And it's time for you to get informed. If you've never heard me before, if you've never learned what I'm going to teach you over the next 30 days, you don't have time. I'm telling you right now, you're on borrowed time. You might not believe it. It's okay. It's okay. Because there's going to be an enormous amount of homeless people that thought they were the middle class. This isn't something that just happened. I'm not trying to scare you. I'm not trying to throw out some fear mongering. I'm trying to warn you. I'm trying to be Noah. I'm trying to tell you that it's going to rain. It's going to rain. And I wish that I could try to put this in a more entertaining way, but I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you right now. You gotta pay attention. We're not going back. We're not going back to pre-pandemic. It's not happening. Okay, I'm telling you, it was a pandemic. What you see happening with Russia right now, stop looking at the news, okay? Because by the time you see it on the news, baby, it's already old. And so here's my question for you. If there was a legal, ethical, and moral and very simplistic way for you to be able to reduce the amount of money you're currently having extracted from your paycheck. Legally, ethically, and morally. And you can learn that information from the people that you're scared of, the people that you've been taught to be frightened of. Oh, there's a reason why we've been taught to be frightened of the IRS. You know why? Because that's where the truth is. That's where the freedom plan is. Everything that I didn't learn it in the traditional educational system. The traditional educational system was never designed to teach financial education. This is why so many people are perishing today, hoping and praying that the government is going to make changes, when in fact, the government is not even driving the vehicle. The purchasing power of your money has declined so rapidly just in the last 2 years that you'll never see retirement ever. And the dollar is on life support. The dollar is on life support, but there is a solution. But you got to get the information. And so, guys, look, I probably went way past more than I want, and I'm all over the place, okay? But I hope that I said something to you that you will come back to this channel looking tomorrow for the message. And I promise you, okay, I'm gonna structure this in a way that you can get it, because it's my hope that after 30 days, you're at least headed in the right direction, and that's towards financial independence. Because your children and your grandchildren, whether they know it or not, they're dependent on you. Because what we are about to experience, the United States of America people have never experienced it. And I'm not the only person saying it. But I didn't just pick up this information yesterday. I've been embedded in this information since 1994, okay, that drove me down a road to really understanding the truth. The wool that was pulled over my eyes to blind me from the truth. And that is that we, the people, the masses, the ones that bought into the so-called American dream, to go to school, get a good education, to buy the house with the white picket fence. Oh my God. Wait until you see my video. If you're on my YouTube station, you better click that bell, because when I drop the video, which I think I'm going to record tonight, about the enslavement of the homeowners in America, and if you're a homeowner, you can't afford to miss it. And you'll never hear it from any other I'm not a financial advisor. You should be glad of that, because I'm telling you right now, if you actually work with a financial advisor, when you see this video, you're probably going to fire them. When you find out that you're sending the bank thousands of dollars in interest and you're paying the taxes on those, and you thought that you was getting a tax deduction, oh, the truth is that you are a slave, Neil. It is a world that has been pulled over your eyes to blind you from the truth. I'll leave you with the 3 quotes from the Bible that wraps all of this up. The Bible says, my people are destroyed from the lack of knowledge. Okay, I don't know if the Bible is talking about this particular subject, but it fits. The Bible says a fool and his money will soon be parted. A lot of people and their money is being parted to go to debt. The Bible also says that the debtor will be slaved to the lender. Don't you dare go out and put your name on a mortgage before you see my video. Don't you dare. If you know anybody that's thinking that they should go out and buy a house, especially if they're saying for the tax benefits, you need to snatch them by the neck and say, don't you do it until you see this information. Because you won't see it anyplace else but on my YouTube station. That being said, guys, look, Mark Pyers, home business tax coach and wealth coach, CEO and founder of the Academy of Financial Education, where we teach the masses. The more you know, the less you legally, ethically owe in taxes. We teach you directly from the IRS. We teach you how to legally be able to have a life and have it abundantly, just like the Donald Trump, Warren Buffett, Oprah Winfrey, Bill Gates. Look, I love all of them. I don't believe the rich need to pay more taxes, because if the government needed your tax dollars, then again, Jeff Bezos would not have paid 0.98% on $99 billion. And if you're paying 15% on 65,000 and you got a billionaire, the richest man in the world, tax percent at 0.98% on $99 billion, you better know, baby, you doing something wrong. And you know what it is? You didn't get the information. With that being said, we'll see you guys tomorrow. I don't know what I'm going to be talking about, but you better believe it's going to be fire. So, guys, I appreciate your time. I'm going to try to get this thing down to about 10 minutes every night, and I'm going to try to start it a little bit earlier, because I know I got folks on the East Coast probably asleep, and hopefully they'll see this. And so we'll get this thing, we'll get it tightened up. But understand, I don't operate on a script. I don't operate on a script. And so the message is going to get to the right people. And those that have that TikTok mentality, and it has to be about a minute and a half, or they off to something else, well, remember I told you, we're going to have a lot of homeless people who think that they're middle class in the United States of America. It might just be those folks with that TikTok mentality, where they just got it, man, give it to me now. Give it to me now. You didn't get in this mess in a minute and a half, and you're not going to get out of it, because I could share some things with you. You will not believe it if I didn't show it to you in black and white. Just the way it is. So, that being said, guys, again, if you're on my YouTube station, like, comment, and share. Don't be selfish. Like, comment, and share, okay? Because people they're never going to get this type of information. I've been studying this for 30 years. I've been looking online, and there's nobody. And I mean nobody. And some of the high-level, high-paid CPAs that I see are giving out some bad information. I'm like, dude, where'd you learn that from? Did they teach you that in school? Because that ain't what the IRS says. But anyway, enough said, guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Remember, like, comment, and share. And stay focused, because I'm going to help you. If you let me, I'm going to give you the information that you need so you can prepare yourself, your children, and your grandchildren. Because what the United States of America is facing right now is nothing other than financial enslavement for a lot of people. I don't know any other way to sugarcoat it for you, okay? And it's not going to change. Biden can't change it. I don't care who goes in the White House, and I don't care who runs the Federal Reserve. History has proven itself 100% of the time. Every country that has taken their currency off of a gold standard, backed by something physical, and turned it into a fiat currency and printed it out of control, their currency has always 100% of the time collapsed to zero. We're not any different. I'll see you guys tomorrow night.